The story begins in Tokyo on a seemingly ordinary day. Some people are busy with work, while others rush to catch their trains to avoid being late. As the passengers settle in, the train starts moving, and everyone gets engrossed in their own activities. Suddenly, a bottle cap rolls and mysteriously disappears. As soon as it vanishes, an alert message pops up on everyone's devices, and the network signals vanish. Meanwhile, the train's speed increases drastically. As the train speeds through a tunnel, it collides with a wormhole, causing a powerful jolt that knocks all the passengers unconscious. After a while, they slowly regain consciousness and step outside the train, only to be utterly shocked where once there were towering buildings and modern facilities, there is now nothing but a barren wasteland and dense jungle. Seeing everyone panicking, a firefighter named Shirama calms them down. He is helped by a girl named Hatana, who has always admired him since he visited her college for training. She, too, is a firefighter. Meanwhile, back in 2023, Tokyo's railway staff and officers are puzzled as two compartments of a train have mysteriously disappeared. This confirms that not just one, but two train compartments have gone missing. The authorities send a team into the tunnel to investigate. Back in the future, Shirama, Hatana, and another passenger enter a tunnel and see a bright light ahead. Excited, they move toward it, believing it could be their way back home. Simultaneously, the search team in 2023 spots a similar light and assumes they have found the missing passengers, only to be disappointed when it turns out to be their own team members returning. As Shirama and the others climb to a higher vantage point, they are stunned to see that the landscape is nothing but an endless desert. They record videos and show them to the other passengers, but no one believes them until they see the proof. 7 hours pass, and hunger begins to take a toll. People share the snacks they had with them. A girl named Rina secretly searches through others' bags for food and finds a pair of scissors and a letter from a prison in a boy named Naya's bag. She immediately announces that Naya is a criminal. Despite his attempts to explain, no one listens, forcing him to leave the group. Later, when he is about to fall into a pit, Shirama rescues him. Naya reveals that he is actually a hairdresser, which explains the scissors, but he still keeps the prison letter a secret. As the days pass, hope begins to fade. Shirama, determined to save everyone, promises that he will get them out of there. Naya becomes frustrated and questions Shirama's intentions. This leads to a flashback where we learn that in the past, Shirama's mistake cost his friend both legs. Since that day, he vowed to help as many people as possible. In the present, Shirama, Naya, and a biologist set out in search of water. The biologist finds a plant that only grows near water sources, leading them to believe that water must be nearby. As they climb a rock, Shirama finds a body of water but is horrified to see that where Tokyo once stood, there is now only an ocean. He rushes back and shows the video to the others, leaving them shocked what happened in 2026 that wiped out the world. That night, a passenger named Yachi is attacked by unknown assailants. No one believes him at first, thinking they are the only ones there. Just then, heavy rain begins to pour, and everyone rejoices as they finally have drinking water. The next day, the biologist gathers edible berries, and some people venture outside to find more food. However, Hatana mistakenly eats poisonous berries and collapses. Shirama, deeply worried, brings her back, and the others take care of her. Fortunately, she recovers, and the group starts working together to survive. One day, Shirama and Hatana see a child in the forest and follow him to a river, where they wait until night. The child, along with Naya, leads them to another group of train survivors. They meet Yamamoto, who reveals shocking information. This is the year 2060. Yamamoto explains that in 2026, during a global space race, an asteroid collision with a satellite caused the Earth's destruction. The survivors had accidentally time-traveled due to the immense energy released. He also has a broken radio that he is trying to repair. Meanwhile, in 2023, a scientist studying the tunnel discovers that a supernova explosion caused the time travel. A supernova occurs when an aging star explodes, releasing massive energy, which linked 2023 and 2060, transporting the passengers through time. Back in the train, a passenger is explaining this phenomenon when a violent storm suddenly erupts. Everyone rushes back into the train compartment for safety. Yachi, however, wants to reach the tunnel, so he opens the emergency exit, revealing a wormhole. As objects are pulled into it, including Yachi's doll, the storm ends, and the wormhole disappears. In 2023, Yachi's doll falls at the feet of the railway officers, leaving them in shock. Now, the survivors realize they need a solid energy source to recreate the wormhole. They search for a power station, and after much effort, they succeed. Gathering the necessary materials, they construct a makeshift wormhole generator using the train compartment. As they prepare to leave, Yachi decides to stay behind. The others bid him farewell and enter the wormhole, only to pass out once again. When they regain consciousness, they are horrified to find that they have not returned to 2023 but have instead landed in 2026, the very year when the world is about to be destroyed. They rush to warn the government, but no one believes them. News spreads that the missing train compartment from 2023 has arrived in 2026, and their identities are confirmed through medical tests. A scientist researching the asteroid impact meets with them. Meanwhile, a wealthy lady who was also a train passenger approaches the defense minister, only to discover that the government already knows about the impending disaster and is trying to prevent it. The day of the catastrophe arrives, and everyone is filled with fear, unsure of who will survive. But as evening falls, they receive the incredible news: the army, scientists, and government have successfully prevented the asteroid impact. The world is safe, and with that, the story comes to an end. So, how did you like this thrilling adventure filled with time travel and suspense? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye and take care.